Welcome back to Titans Tube, everybody. This is our NFL picks for Week 3 for this 2020 NFL season. I am joined here by Jake. As always, my name is Justin. And for our weekly guest, we are honored and joined by the one and only Chris from the YouTube channel Titans in Truth. It is a fantastic YouTube channel. You guys should definitely go subscribe, check out his content. He is one true Titans fan. And he's been on the show several times before, so he's a good friend of the show. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. How have you been, sir?
Man, I've been good. I've been really good. Just excited about this week 2-0. And as y'all can see, I decided the enforcer way. I figure I put the stormtrooper look on.
Love
Yeah.
it.
And
Love
support since that's what we're doing.
Going with the stormtrooper look, yes. That's all whites. But the navy blue helmets, it's a stormtrooper.
That's caused
with a
controversy,
little
yeah.
twist. Yeah, it's a big controversy.
That it has. That it
I still think
has.
it's awesome. I still think it looks good, even with the blue helmet. All right, Chris. So we are going to quickly recap on how me and Jake and our guest from last week, which was Mr. Titan, how we did from our Week 2 picks. And guys, I got to say, we upped our game big time. I don't want to say we're like as good or experts, but we kind of are. Jake, you, sir, finished with a record of 13-3 on your picks. Unfortunately, though, for you, that's only good enough for third place for last week. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Yes. Alex, the last week's guest, finished 14-2, and your champion and your new picks, God. I was 15-1 last week. If only the dang, it was the Falcons. The stupid 28-3 Falcons 28-3'd themselves by giving up that lead to the dumb Cowboys. Man, and I would have been perfect. I would have been perfect on my picks. It's kind of pissed me off. So anyway, our overall records now. I and the weekly guest are tied for first place at 24-8, and Jake, you're only 2 games behind at 22-10.
We'll make up some ground.
So we'll
Don't
see
worry,
if you
we'll
can
get
catch
there.
up.
Awesome.
You might need to pull out some of those upset picks this week,
Mhm.
or
That's
that
what
would
doomed me
bury you
last
into
week.
a deeper hole.
We'll see. We'll see how this year goes.
Yeah. But unfortunately for all of us guys, we are all starting off 0-1 because we picked the Jags to win last night against the Miami Dolphins. What is wrong with us? Well, why would we put that much faith in the Jags? We should have seen this coming, guys. I'm disappointed in all of us. Yeah. You know what it is? I think it's we look at everything through the Titans filter. And so we see, we're coming off an AFC championship game. We open up and barely beat Denver. And it's like, Denver's probably going to be pretty good this year. Then we barely beat Jacksonville. It's like, I guess Jacksonville's pretty good this year. Maybe we just suck, guys. Maybe the Titans aren't that good. That can't
Justin,
be
what is that blasphemy? That's we'll get
It's
that
blasphemy.
talk out of here.
Hey, we're not
It's
going
ridiculous.
to bring that in here.
No, yeah. What am I should quit. I can't believe I just said that. But Jacksonville disappoints all of us, so we all have to make up some ground here. So let's start off here. This first game at noon that I have is the Chicago Bears 2-0. Can they keep their small, thin margin of victory ways alive by going on the road to the Atlanta Falcons? Can Atlanta bounce back from that heartbreaking defeat? Chris, I'll let you start us off with the honors. Who do you think wins this game?
I was hoping not to go first on this one. This is actually one of my – this is going to be one of a few upset specials I have. I'm going with the Falcons on this one because simply they're going to be desperate. They're going to want to win. Matt Ryan is playing out of his mind already, but there's no defense with it. But the Bears – I just don't believe in them right now. Mm-hmm. I just don't believe in them. I think the 2-0 is a hoax for them. So I'm going Falcons. I think Matt Ryan, they do it at home, and I think they get this win.
You know, I like that. I like the pick, and I like your reasons. I like that you think it's a hoax. It's like a conspiracy theory that Chicago's still 2-0. And, yeah, I'm not buying them either. That offense doesn't scare me. I do like their defense, but Atlanta's offense – they've been lighting it up too, so they just need a few stops. Just get a few stops on defense, Falcons. I'm sort of surprised. I think you went with Falcons because I was also leaning the Falcons way too. I do think they notched their first win of the season. I'm rolling Atlanta. Jake. What about
Pencil me in as a believer in the Chicago Bears conspiracy. For no other reason.
Oh, okay.
No other reason besides I think they're kind of a fun, interesting team to follow and kind of root for as they kind of try and work through their Mitch Trubisky saga and they don't seem to quite know what they're doing, but they're putting it together enough to get 2 wins in a row. So you know what? Just for fun, let's take the Bears and push them to 3-0.
But you got to look at it like this.
Yeah,
look at who they're facing. They faced the Giants, who they lose Saquon Barkley, and then they barely beat the Lions thanks to a drop from DeAndre Swift. So
the drop pass.
Again, I just don't believe.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting game though. So we'll see. It's kind of almost think it's kind of a coin flip because I do like the Falcons offense at the same time. Okay, let's move on. This is one of the most interesting games of the week because it features one of the most intriguing teams. I'm going to be watching this team closely throughout the season. The Buffalo Bills hosting the LA Rams. Kind of a random matchup. The Rams kind of look like they're kind of returning to that Super Bowl form, that form that got them to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Or have they made it back yet? Well, this is going to be a huge test for them, taking on the Bills. And I got to say, I'm starting to think that they are for real. This Buffalo Bills team is going to be a contender in the AFC to go on a run for the Super Bowl. Man, Jake, I'll throw this one at you first. How do you see this game playing out?
It's going to be tough. I like what you said about the Rams kind of putting it back together. Sean McVay's got this team playing, kind of what we saw from them a couple of years ago, and that's why I'm going to go with them. I know they're coming from the West Coast going east, and there's a whole, this discrepancy with kickoff times and things like that. But I like the Rams in this one just because I think I just like them. Simple as that.
Good enough. Good enough for me. Yeah. Chris, what about you?
This one, it pains me to say this because, Jake, I'm with you. I think the Rams should win this game. I think Jalen Ramsey will shut down Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
But for some reason, as much as I can't believe it, I'm going Buffalo in this game. I want to see if Josh Allen is for real. And at the same time, I know they're in Buffalo. If Bills Mafia is allowed to be there, they're going to be loud. And mainly for the fact I'm picking Buffalo, I want them to be undefeated. So when the Titans beat them in a few weeks, there will be no questions.
I love it.
I want us to knock that first loss on Buffalo. I'm going to go with the Bills on this one.
I love it. Deliver them that first L. I would love to see it happen. Get that Bills monkey off our back. Man, yeah, this is tough. I'm kind of leaning Bills though. I'm kind of leaning. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think that defense is good enough to limit that Rams offense just enough. And Josh Allen, I think he's going to string together another good game and again get a little bit more recognition and more people kind of grumbling and mumbling. Should he be in that MVP conversation early on in the season? Because I think he's playing like one after 2 games. So I'm leaning Bills slightly. So Jake, you're either going to be catching up or you're going to be falling behind.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Been the odd man out now twice in a row here. Let's see. Let's move on to Washington traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns, a matchup of 1-1 teams. Cleveland kind of getting it back together, beating the Bengals last week, looking good doing it. And the Washington football team is kind of coming back down to earth after they beat San Francisco in the first game. Philly. Oh, that's right, Philly. And then they got beat by the Cardinals. I'll go ahead and pick first. I'm kind of liking what the Browns are doing on offense. I think they got a lot of talent, and I think they keep it rolling against Washington. I'll go Browns. Chris?
I'm going Browns too. That Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt combo is lethal, and as long as Baker Mayfield doesn't make mistakes, Myles Garrett on the other side. Although I will say, with the GOAT team, Washington, Chase Young is going to be a terror. He's going to be a terror for many years to come. Yeah. And I think he's going to be like one of the best defensive players around, but I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah, and speaking of Chase Young, I am definitely keeping an eye on his sack numbers because Javon Curse still holds the rookie sack record at 14.5 sacks. Would like to see that record stay intact, but Chase Young looking good. I think he's got 2.5 so far after 2 games, or maybe 1.5. So that's going to be something I'm tracking throughout the season. Jake, who you got in this game?
I am also taking the Browns. I loved what I saw from them last week. Yeah, see, I'm gonna get a game back on you guys here. But I liked what I saw from the Browns last week. I thought it was almost, you hate to say a week 2 game is a must win, but it felt like a must win for the Browns after getting, absolutely steamrolled by Baltimore. Baker and the offense didn't look good, but I liked the rebound that I saw from them. So I'm gonna stick with the Browns here.
Gotcha. Clean sweep for Baker's Browns. Let's move on. Interesting matchup here. How about these new look Las Vegas Raiders? Well, they're going to be put again to a serious test, beating New Orleans impressively on Monday Night Football. Now they get to go to face the New England Patriots, Cam Newton and the Patriots. Heartbreaking defeat at the 1-yard line. I think the Patriots kind of know about that 1-yard line stuff against the Seahawks. But the Seahawks come out on top this time. So Raiders 2-0, Patriots 1-1. I'm gonna go with the Patriots at home. I'm close, Raiders. I'm close. That was an impressive victory against the Saints. If you followed up by beating the Pats in their house, you guys might be putting some scare into the Chiefs. That division may suddenly not be such a guarantee anymore. So, but I'm for now going to stick with the Patriots. Jake, what about you?
I'm also going with the Pats. I'm a big believer in Cam Newton in this new, Belichick Newton era. It doesn't sound quite right, but I like Cam Newton and I like what they're doing there in New England. And the Pats should be 2-0. So go ahead.
Oh, sorry, this is your time to pick and talk. I don't know why I'm interjecting. But Cam Newton is definitely surprising me. I didn't think he was going to be looking this good this early for the Patriots. So, props to what Cam is doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still drinking the New England Kool-Aid, and so I'm going Pats here.
Sounds good. Chris, will it be a clean sweep for the Pats, or do you like the Raiders?
This is not going to be no clean sweep on this one. I'm going against both of y'all on this one.
All right.
And this has nothing to do with the fact that I hate the Patriots with a passion and I just love to see them fall.
It kind of sounds like it is.
I don't think it has anything to do with that, but you know what? After that impressive victory against the Saints, for some crazy reason, I'm starting to believe in the silver and black, much to my godfather's chagrin, who I know will harp on me on this. I like the Raiders in this game. I think they found themselves against the Saints. Very impressive. Josh Jacobs, a good young running back. I'm very impressed with him. Darren Waller should be up there with Travis Kelce as one of the best tight ends in the league. I mean, the guy got targeted, I want to say 14 times in that game and was dominant. And I like the Raiders in this one. I think the silver and black shock a lot of people.
Man, you make a convincing argument. Darren Waller is a beast. Now absolutely. I'm kind of regretting my pick, but it's too late to go back now. So you're sticking with the Raiders, Chris. I like it. Let's move on to the San Francisco 49ers, just seeing their season ripped away from them by these ACL tears to Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas, and Richard Sherman's on IR. Man, that defense is suddenly fallen apart. But they do get the Giants this week, who are struggling. Still 0-2 are the Giants, losing last week, to the Bears. Had a chance at the end there to put it in the end zone, but just came up just short. Man, I'm kind of tempted to go Giants given the injuries. It's kind of easy to look at how banged up the Giants or the 49ers are. But I still like Kyle Shanahan. I think he's got that team playing really, obviously they're playing really hard. But, he's still a good coach. He's going to come in with a good game plan and scheming around the shortcomings on the roster for him. And I think they will get this win still against the Giants. Jake, go to you first.
I'm with you on the Niners there. I'm also taking San Fran. And I just think they're just going to do everything they can after last week's debacle to get the hell out of New York with a W, and kind of move on and try and solve some of the problems that these injuries have given them. So I'm going San Fran here.
Gotcha. Chris.
You know what? This one had me scratching my head a lot because I didn't know which way to go. Again, 49ers, I think it's fear with them being in New York for a second straight week. Like you said, all the injuries that are going on. Nick Helms is going to be starting at quarterback instead of Jimmy Garoppolo. No George Kittle. Now the Giants get Devontae Freeman, former Falcon. At first, I was going to go with the Giants, but you know what? I think I'm going to slightly go. I'm going to go with you guys on this one. Go with my small second favorite team. Props to my father, the late Donald Newell. I'm going 49ers as well. I've changed my mind.
I mean, look, you're looking at a guy who went 15-1. He went 13-3 last week. You would not be dumb to go with our picks. We're pretty good. We're pretty smart at this pick stuff, as you can clearly see. Just pumping out my own chest as much as I can. I'm just really proud of myself. Anyway, well, let's move on to this next game. Battle of two 0-2 teams, but much different outlooks for these 0-2 teams. One being the Cincinnati Bengals. That 0-2 is kind of expected, but they have a bright future as they're watching their young quarterback, Joe Burrow, playing some pretty good football so far in his first two games of the year. Going up against the 0-2 Eagles, where things are falling apart in Philadelphia, much like their offensive line falling apart. Therefore, Carson Wentz is falling apart. Just bad times in Philadelphia. Which of these two teams are going to get their first win of the season? Chris, I'll go back to you.
Once again, this was another head scratcher for me. I went back and forth on this one, but I'm going with the Bengals. I think for my brother Christian, who he loves the Bengals. So you know what? I like Joe Burrow. So I think the Bengals get their first win, and the torches are going to be lit and fired upon Lincoln Financial Field as Philadelphia starts to burn to the ground. I'm going Bengals to get their first win. Upset special of the week.
I like it.
Very nice. Very nice. Upset special. We'll see how much of an upset it is, though, as the season goes on. Maybe the Eagles are just trash. Jake, what about you?
I'm agreeing with Chris here. I'm going to go with the Bengals as well. I really want to see, I kind of put down Joe Burrow in our week one picks just because I wasn't picking the Bengals, frankly. But I would love to see Joe Burrow get it done for Cincinnati, and I think he's got a good chance to do it this weekend at Philly.
Yeah, he does have a good chance. Eagles. I will pick the Eagles. I'm going to avoid the sweep, but I think the Eagles are going to string together a win. I still think they're a little bit more talented than the Bengals roster. Doug Peterson's going to have to figure it out, but I think they do notch a win here against Cincinnati. But wouldn't surprise me if the Bengals came out on top. Next game here,
Carson Wentz
in honor of Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
All right. Next game here is Houston Texans. Man, can they avoid starting out 0-3? Going to be tough going to Pittsburgh to take on that Steelers, that dominating defense. Big Ben is back. Looking like he's picking up where he left off. He's still looking good out there. I'm going to say Steelers. Steelers knocking them down even further into the hole they're going to have to climb out of for the rest of the season. Houston gonna be a little bit in trouble after this one. Jake, what about you?
I'm going to say Houston in this one just because I think they're, in fight or flight mode and they're going to be scratching and clawing to get that first win. So I like Houston just because their back's up against the wall here. Gotcha.
Chris.
I'm sticking with you, Justin. I'm going Steelers all the way on this one. Not only just to see the Texans continue to fall, but the Steelers, like you said, Big Ben's back to form. You got Juju, James Washington, looking pretty good. Hopefully James Conner is back for this one. Could be good. And that defense, has me a little bit nervous for a particular game coming up very soon as well. But I like the Steelers, and I'm ready to see a couple of 3-0 teams maybe go at it very soon.
I like it.
Yeah, the Titans
another convincing argument there.
Yeah, it really is. I want to change my pick now. No, I did go Steelers. What am I talking about? Yeah, what was I going to say? The Steelers, yeah, we could have if the Titans win, then we could have 2 3-0 teams going at it, and the Bills continue winning. Then we're going to have 2 4-0, 5-0 teams after that. Anyway, that's another conversation. Let's move on here with the New York Jets. Bad times for the Jets. Can they get it together against the Colts? Colts getting back together, handling Minnesota very easily last week. The Colts. I still think the Colts are going to be up there competing for the division at the end of the day. Had that ugly Week 1 loss to the Jags, but that's going to be a distant, bad view from afar, looking into the past by the time the season ends. I think I'm going to go with the Colts. I think they get another win here, move to 2-1. Chris, what about you?
Colts are going to win. Jets just not that good. Adam Gase is a horrible coach. Feel bad for Sam Darnold and those guys up there, but Colts win easily.
Yeah, easily too. Okay. All right. Extra pick there, extra prediction. Jake, what about you?
I like the Colts here too, as much as I hate to make it a sweep for Indy, but I'm going to go Colts here too. I mean, the Jets are a dumpster fire. Chris said it. There was actually, I don't know the context of it, but I saw a tweet from somebody that there were fans protesting Adam Gase arriving to the facility. That's just the kind of state of affairs over there. Adam Gase has got to go. But he did say this week that he's going to kick the offense into hyperdrive, whatever that means for the Jets. But, hyperdrive or not, I'm still going Indy.
Man, I would love to see it. I would love to see the Colts lose. I would not mind being wrong about this pick at all. But Jake, by the way, if my memory is serving me correctly, say what?
I will say there's not enough hyperdrive or light speed that can help the Jets right now.
Hyperdrive for them would be scoring 20 points in the game. That would be like, we just lit it up. And then the Colts win 41-20. I was going to say, Jake, you picked the Jags, as we all did. Then you picked Houston, and now you're picking the Colts. I got to say, man, if you don't pick the Titans, then you're fired.
We'll see. We'll see when we get to the end of the video here.
You're scaring me. You're scaring me.
Got me nervous, too.
Yeah. So next week, not a super interesting matchup at all. I don't think these two teams are going to be in the race by the end. Although the Chargers did impress against the Chiefs, that game went into overtime and should have won that game. The Chargers hosting the Carolina Panthers. I think the Panthers go on the road and they will get their first win. Justin Herbert did look good for the Chargers in his surprise debut last week. But the Panthers are without Christian McCaffrey. Just remember that. I'm going to stay.
Can't change the pick. You can't go back.
Can't. No takes. No take backs. No take backs. That's fine. Let's stick with the Panthers. Let's see the Panthers get their first win against the Chargers. Jake, who do you got?
I'm going to take the Chargers in this one. Carolina, I kind of, boasted Teddy Bridgewater and tried to build him up coming into the year, but it doesn't seem like they're putting together, and, they lost their best player, McCaffrey. So I'm going Chargers at home.
All right, Chris?
You know what? Now I'm starting to string along some stuff with Jake on this one. I'm going Chargers too, because run CMC, he's the beat that makes them go. And, Teddy Bridgewater now has got to do it all by himself. So I like Justin Herbert, very impressive. And they still have a very good defense with Melvin Ingram, with Joey Bosa over there. They still have some good players over there, even without Derwin James. I'm going Chargers on this one.
Yeah, I got to say, my Panthers pick is not looking so good, honestly. Yeah, the Chargers do have a lot of
upset special.
It's the NFL. It's right. Anything could happen.
Any given Sunday.
Let's go.
Any given Sunday.
All right, so next we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting their first win with Tom Brady at 1-1, taking on another depleted team, the Denver Broncos, starting out 0-2. No Drew Lock, no Von Miller, no Cortland Sutton. No, probably other players that I can't think of. I think Tampa Bay gets their second win against Denver this week. Broncos dropping to 0-3. Chris?
I'm going as much as I hate Golden Boy Tom Brady with a passion. I want to throw up every time I say his name. I'm going Bucks too. I mean, the Broncos don't really have a lot. Feel bad for Jarrell Casey though, but I mean, like you said, no Drew Lock, no Cortland Sutton, no Von Miller. Don't know if A.J. Bouye returned and played against the Steelers last week. I mean, they're getting decimated by injury. KJ Hamler, I don't know if he's playing either. I just see the Bucs winning this game.
All right, it's two of us for the Bucs. Jake, you gonna make it a sweep?
Sweep for the Golden Boy. Sorry, Chris. I hate to do it to you. But yeah, just Denver's too depleted, and once this Bucs offense finds some rhythm, there could be trouble. I still maybe not Super Bowl contenders in Tampa Bay, but once this offense gets going, they could win some games, especially against a depleted Denver team. So I'm going Tampa as well.
I'm crying over here.
All right,
I'm crying because I have to pick Tom Brady.
You upset our guest. I mean, you could have not made it a sweep, Chris. You could have definitely picked the Broncos yourself. So you can go ahead and blame yourself for that.
Got to be smart, though.
So let's. You got a NFC.
Head over heart.
You got an NFC matchup here. Detroit Lions. Can the Detroit Lions get their first win of the season? Taking on some Kyler Murray action in Arizona. And I was kind of salty, about the Rookie of the Year last year. Of course, being a Titans fan, it should have been A.J. Brown, right? What a great receiver that exploded onto the scene. But, man, Kyler Murray does not look like a fluke season. I think he looks legit. He is ridiculous running with the football. I think Cardinals, man, they're going to be in the playoffs this year if they keep this up. And I think they're going to start out 3-0. They're going to start out 3-0, getting this one against the Lions at home. Bad times for the Lions and Matt Patricia, another coach. Sorry, I got a message on my laptop. But another coach on the hot seat, kind of how we were talking about Adam Gase. Matt Patricia could be looking for a job maybe before the season's over. So, Jake, I got Cardinals. Who do you got?
I'm also taking the Cardinals here. Just like you said, Patricia's on the hot seat. He's coaching for his job, but Kyler Murray has been very impressive. That Cardinals team has been very impressive. I like what Kingsbury's been able to do over there. So I'm going Arizona as well.
All right. Chris.
Sweep. I'm going with the Cards too. I mean, Cards, they look dangerous. And I think with the way their schedule's set up, they could be 5 or 6-0 before they even get close to a loss. And I mean, like you said, Kyler Murray is looking great. DeAndre Hopkins, who just signed a nice two-year contract extension with Arizona, and they're doing all this, and we haven't even mentioned the ageless wonder of Larry Fitzgerald. They have a very dangerous offense out there that could be scary in. I mean, even though I think it's Seattle's division to lose out there, Arizona's a sneaky dark horse that could win that division and really give the Seahawks some problems. And for Detroit, I think it's over for Matt Patricia. I think it's over for Matt Stafford. And, I mean, they're just going to have to start building around DeAndre Swift eventually. 0-3 Lions. I'm going Cards all the way.
Ooh, man. That division. Yeah. Like that NFC West division, though, is going to be an exciting bloodbath. And what's weird is that it's going to be like a 3-team bloodbath. The team not being involved is going to be the 49ers, maybe? After their run to the Super Bowl last year, because of all their injuries this year, they look like they might be in for a last place finish, but we'll see how they can respond to their injuries. So let's move on. Interesting matchup here. We got the Dallas Cowboys, miracle win, because the Falcons don't know how to jump on an onside kick or hold a lead or do anything right on defense. I don't know if the Cowboys are for real. They still might win that division because it's a very bad division. But they take on the Seahawks, who are for real, who I think have the MVP so far through 2 games, an MVP through 2 games if that exists, and Russell Wilson. I think the Seahawks are going to win. I think they're going to win by double digits. We'll see, though. If the Cowboys are for real, this is the game to show it, I think, for sure. But I'm going Seattle. Chris, go with you first.
Well, since this is the 3:00 game on Fox that everybody wants to watch I'm going to be so happy to see a whole lot of Cowboy fans just crying their eyes out because Russell Wilson is going to tear up and around them. Hawks, baby, Hawks win this one.
Hawks, baby, Hawks for Chris. Jake, how about them Cowboys?
No way. Hawks, baby, Hawks.
Nice.
I'm with you guys here. I don't want to call the Dallas Cowboys kind of a. I don't buy the hype around the Cowboys really.
Right.
Yeah, they had the miraculous win last week, but Justin, I like what you said about this is their chance to show if they're for real, and I don't think they get it done against Russell Wilson. He's on an MVP trajectory. I got the Hawks here too.
Good stuff. A sweep for the Seahawks. All right, so quickly let's finish up here. Great Sunday night game. Two legendary quarterbacks. Packers at Saints. Packers looking like one of the best teams in the NFL, definitely in the NFC. I think they go on the road and take down the Saints. Drew Brees slowing down some. Man, hate to see it, but the Saints, did not look great. Their offense did not look great, or their defense against the Raiders. So I got Packers. Jake?
Without Mike Thomas, the Saints offense kind of looks a little pedestrian, honestly. I'll also you said it, Justin. I think Green Bay is the favorite in the NFC right now. I think they're probably the top team in that conference. So I'm going Green Bay here.
All right. Chris?
Going against y'all on this one. It's just some type of magic in that dome. So I think Drew Brees can do something here, even without Thomas. Saints win at home in an upset.
Ooh. That'll be exciting to see. Yeah. So that was an exciting matchup, we have an even better game on top of that on Monday Night Football. You got the old legends on Sunday night, but perhaps the new legends on Monday night with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, the MVP from last year. Man, this is going to be a great game. The two favorites in the AFC. I think the Ravens are going to get him. I think Lamar Jackson is a bad matchup for their defense. I think they're going to put up points, and the Chiefs are going to get theirs too. But I do like the Ravens' defense a little bit better than the Chiefs right now. I think Lamar Jackson and the Chiefs will get it done. Jake, who you got?
Lamar Jackson and the Chiefs.
Oh man,
all good.
Good. I can't lose now. I can't lose. Win situation.
Yeah, exactly. You picked
created. I'm going Ravens for the record. Sorry.
All good. I'm going Ravens as well. The Chiefs last week having trouble with the Chargers, kind of, showing a weakness at least, an Achilles heel maybe. Those divisional games are always kind of crazy, but the Chiefs showed me enough to make me think that Baltimore is kind of the team to beat right now in the NFL. So I'm going Baltimore as well. All
righty, Chris.
Tough pick on this one, but I want to see these two teams just tear each other to pieces. Right now, as far as I'm concerned, I want the Titans to beat both of these teams eventually to the Super Bowl. I'm going Mahomes. I don't. There's no reason to bet against them now. You can't bet against Mahomes, even though Jackson is good. That defense is good. Mahomes, I'm not betting against him yet until the Titans play him. Chiefs win this game.
Ooh. We would be living in bizarro world if we picked a sweep against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So I'm kind of glad.
Yeah,
I'm kind of glad you're bringing some sanity back.
Good call.
To this picks week, Chris. So Chris going Chiefs. So we'll see how that game goes. So lastly, the game of the century, because it involves the Tennessee Titans, the greatest team that we have ever been blessed with, going on the road to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Talk about depletion city. Minneapolis is also on that list with that defense just completely torn to shreds. I'm going to make my quick pick because I think we're running out of time. I'm going Titans. I think we can get Derrick Henry rolling. I like the matchup our offense presents against that defense, and I think we can outscore whatever Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook are able to do against our defense. Chris, I'll let you go last. So Jake, who you got?
Battle of the depleted defenses this week. Chris Jackson's going to be out in the secondary. Ooh, there's our timer. But anyways, Chris Jackson's going to be out in the secondary. I feel like this could be a shootout potentially. Minnesota's another team with their back up against the wall. But all that being said, I think the Titans are going to have the potential to maybe blow the doors off this one. Get Derrick Henry going, especially. And I think the Titans get it done in Minnesota.
Rolling right along. Chris, how do you see it playing out?
Clean sweep on this one. There's no way the Titans lose this game. I like to tell Jared Stillman, quit being worried and scared all the time. Go with us. Titans win this game. The Vikings secondary is depleted. Vic Beasley is going to make an appearance.
Yes.
So I think we're going to get after Kirk Cousins. They looked horrible last week. Titans 34, Vikings 10, Titans 3-0.
Whoa,
I like it.
what
I
a
love it.
blowout prediction. Man, Chris, I am going to blow up your phone if that doesn't happen and if we lose this game. Like, how dare you instill so much confidence? You know better as a Titans fan than to feel that confident about a game. I don't care who the opponent is.
You said there's no way they lose. Is that a 100% guarantee, Chris?
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
I love it.
And I'm hoping I don't regret that.
Oh, man.
I'll be sitting like this, like, oh, God.
Yeah. You know it's going to come down to a field goal.
Yeah.
Like,
please, no. Oh, my heart.
I didn't do this. Don't tell me I did.
I couldn't take it. Well, there you have it, everybody. There's our week 3 picks. If you want to see more of Chris and his channel, I'm sorry we didn't do this at the beginning of the video, but Chris, please let us know where we can find your channel, where we can find you on Twitter, Facebook.
Yes, sir. Definitely. You can go on Twitter at TNT Blue Enforcer, and that's with a 4 in there. On Facebook, TNT Enforcers or Titans in Truth. There's a page on there for that. On Instagram at Titans_in_truth. And of course, you just search Titans in Truth on YouTube. You'll find all my stuff on there and everything. So please come subscribe to the channel. Check me on Facebook. Be glad to add you. And a lot more content just came out with an episode last night. And go check it out.
There you go. Chris from Titans in Truth, one of the best. Thank you so much for joining us, man. I hope you guys
appreciate you coming on, Chris. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, man. A lot of fun. Always fun having you on the show. So, yeah.
The honor's mine, and be looking for a return favor. I got to get you guys on TNT as well.
Yeah, would love it. Would love it. Let's set it up.
Good. Let's do that.
All right, everybody. Let's hope for a Titans win. Leave us a comment, drop a like, share the video if you like what we do here at Titans Tube. All right, everyone. Have a good one. Enjoy your football Sunday.
Have a great Sunday, everybody.